Mother's Day is coming up Sunday, and as much as we love our mothers, sometimes it can be difficult to get along, especially for mothers and daughters. One mother and daughter team is pioneering a movement to help families improve those relationships. Leslie Glass joins us now with some tips that we can use in our own lives. Welcome, Leslie. I am so thrilled to see you. You have written 11 crime books that I've read every one of, and 4 other books of fiction. When you moved to Sarasota, I was so excited.
You were my first interview when I came here. You were the first person. You came to my house with your ABC news crew.
Yes.
You interviewed me, and you loved the fact that I was killing people for a living.
Oh, that was my dream.
It was so cool.
Those were great crime books. But then you and your daughter joined together and you turned to relationship instead, the relationship movement.
Yes.
So you and your daughter worked together on this. What inspired you to do it?
Well, when my mystery career was absolutely soaring, my teenage daughter at the age of 15 was experimenting with drugs and alcohol, and she had a number of traumas in her life that weren't dealt with correctly. And when she went into recovery in college, recovery from addiction, I knew that I needed to stop killing people for a living and start trying to save them. So that's when we launched. I like to think that the recovery movement started right here in Sarasota.
Well, you had a great documentary at the Sarasota Film Festival, and you started working on ways other people could use what you learned. What made you bring it to the public?
Well, I think at the time there was so much attention on the ugliness of addiction. We saw it, we knew what we were looking at, but nobody really knew what the recovery movement or recovery was really like. And I still think that recovery is the biggest untold story in America. So Lindsay and I decided that we wanted to show the other side of addiction, which is recovery. Lindsay and I are what recovery looked like. And we created the Reach Out Recovery website, and we have done 1,500 original articles over the last 10 years about family relationships, family dysfunction, family characteristics of healthy families, addiction and recovery. I mean, we've created an entire kind of world for recovery and prevention.
This new book that you've written, Tips to Improve Relationships, a Mother and Daughter Relationship Makeover.
Yes.
Tell us about the book.
Well, first I want to say that Lindsay and I broke up for 4 years. So while we were doing very well with our recovery writing, we were not able to manage our own relationship in the way, we couldn't manage our own relationship. So we broke up for 4 years, and that was incredible heartbreak. And I think that that's what happens to mothers and daughters. They get off on a bad track. And when Lindsay and I did get back together 4 years later, after not speaking for 4 years, we had learned new tools on how to manage a mother-daughter relationship, and we decided after a period of time that we wanted to write the experience down in a book that could help other families.
Give us some tips from this book.
Well, first of all, I think it's important to say that mothers and daughters want only one thing, and that is to be accepted and to be loved and to love each other. That's what we all want. And when we go off the rails, often it's communications. Mothers and daughters have control issues. And I think that tips in order to recover that relationship and restore the love, you have to be able to understand what happened, understand that you may have played a part in what happened, and be able to listen. Calm down, don't have to be the winner of every argument, be able to listen and be able to say to the other person, you may be right.
That's hard to do.
You don't have to be a winner of every argument.
So how did you manage to reconcile somebody that's not speaking right now?
Not speaking.
How did they reconcile?
All right, well, I think Lindsay and I, after 4 years of being apart, we did spend a lot of time separately on ourselves. So I did some work on who am I, what am I without my daughter? How can I be happy without my daughter? And she did a lot of work on herself. So when we began to reconcile, it wasn't about talking about what happened. We started talking about memories that we had had from the past, and we started giving each other small gifts. And eventually, when we started meeting up together, we didn't discuss the past. We didn't discuss any of the things that triggered our fights. And I think that if you're going to be reaching out to your mother this Mother's Day and you haven't spoken to her, please reach out to her, but don't call her up. Send her flowers, send her a card, and let her know that you're thinking positive things about her, and same with your daughter. You don't want to be a control freak over your daughter or your mother.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for this book and for all of the help you've been with relationships between mothers and daughters. You can learn more about improving family relationships at reachoutrecovery.com. We'll be right back.